to make sure that the right person that has been voted for by the sports journalists who follow the sport have voted for that person, and that person deserves it. We don't know the players, we don't talk to them, we don't know who they are. Sometimes we're not footballers, we're an accounting firm, so all we see is a certain name that repeats itself several times, and we say that is the name. Okay, so we ensure and we insist that there's nothing untowards in this award. So there's quick and there's definite delegations of duty. So they do the legwork, they do the operations, they bring the list of the voting people, they make sure that the electronic template is working, we ensure that we get the right results. We process it. They don't even know, as of now, what the results are like. They will know also on that day.
Okay.
Just to buttress what Pastor said, you know, even the Nigerian Football Federation, of course, we really need to commend them for their role, because to this extent, they've never interfered with the process.
The process at all.
And then for us as organizers, we just midwife the process of ensuring a wonderful ceremony. So we really pride ourselves as, you know, number one when it comes to credibility in terms of this award in comparison with any other in the country. And so we are very particular about what goes on with the voting. For instance, with Nigerian Pitch Awards, we do not nominate for the voters. They nominate and then eventually get us the winners. And so 100 of them across the country, editors. And then one other thing to add to that is that for the winners, they are always, you know, there's this excitement that at the end of the day, they're going to hold that statuette that is electroplated gold, you know, and it's quite a unique one. I think all this put together makes the Nigerian Pitch Awards the number one.
Okay, the number one. Okay, I'll take that. Now, my final question to you, Pastor Igodaro. What about sponsorship? I mean, getting money to fund. We know how, you know, heavy and difficult it can be, especially everyone is talking about recession and all that, and he's talking about them adding glamour to this year's event, and also the print and the organization and everything. How does sponsorship, I mean the money for the organization, how does it come in?
To be honest, we are not too involved in sponsorship, but we know from the way we've worked that it's been tough. It's been tough because it's been credible. Okay, most things, if it's not credible, somebody will be ready to pay to do this and that. But because we insist on credibility, we knew that it would be like a long haul. Okay, but we are also sure that the credibility itself will then attract its own funding eventually. Okay, so it's an attempt to promote excellence in soccer, in football in Nigeria. It's an attempt to develop the sports. It's an attempt to encourage Nigerians and the world to know that there can be a credible process in Nigeria. And it's also an attempt to help the footballing teams in Nigeria. If we say clearly that these are the best people that have been voted by the people who watch the sports all the time, it gives an indication of how best to use these people and what to do with them in the future, and so on and so forth. So if we're able to succeed, okay, in these things, I think we'll be quite happy. It's not about making the money. The money has not been made this past 4 years. Most of the time, I see a little deficit here and there. Yes. But I think they also believe in God, and God helps them. But the truth is that a reputation has been established, excellence has been delivered, and everybody is now waiting. So we're hoping going forward, and also with the help of Nigerians, I think they are open to sponsorship, and anybody who is going to sponsor this will know that they're sponsoring something credible, something that will enhance their reputation, something that will also enhance their brand, something that will give them back the returns that they desire from the sponsorship effort. A few people have come up here and there. There's been a bit of sponsorship here and there. He can mention their names, he knows them, but we haven't gotten that kind of sponsor that can make us say, now we're on easy streets. Okay, it's been very tough coming, sometimes a bit last minute, and therefore a lot of money may have been spent already before the names are announced. And as far as SIO, we tend to sponsor ourselves also, especially when it comes to making our way to the venue and so on, so that we're not unduly influenced by anything, so that we can keep it professional. And then we've given them support here and there as necessary to make sure that this event comes to life, because we are quite committed to it. And as long as they organize the thing appropriately, we'll give them the necessary backup and the technical and professional support.
Very true.
All right, thank you so
Very
much,
true.
Pastor Itwa Igodaro, for coming to the program. And of course,
I like the way you pronounce my name.
Please, let's also thank the Charles family.
It has this Benin ring to it. It's actually Godalo.
that's no problem.
That's okay.
We also want to thank Channels TV for their support.
Yes.
And especially you again, our voters, editors across the country. I'm sure you're one of our voters too. And we gladly, display all the names to everyone. So we thank our voters, and we also congratulate all our nominees. And really big kudos to Channels TV.
Okay, the best definitely will win. Thank you, Phillips, for also coming on the program.
A pleasure.
Well, we'll be talking about the Nigerian Pitch Awards, and a reminder that it's going to hold on June the 10th, and that will be in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, just 2 hours after the Super Eagles game against Bafana Bafana of South Africa.